Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Healing Journal, where I am uploading videos of my healing journey in real time. So, this is an emotional mental health healing journey for those of you that don't know. And this is stemmed from a bunch of things that I went through a few months ago. Also, sort of recognizing patterns in certain areas of my life that I'm looking to. So, today I just want to talk about how once we recognize these patterns, right? And sometimes that can be difficult because it means looking into places within ourselves that might make us uncomfortable. And, this you have to be ready for. And so for me, I hit rock bottom. And, I think that the harder part of this for me was not losing, the idea of the fact that I thought I was going to get married and have kids and do all this stuff, right? I mean, that was very big, but the biggest, hardest part was the absence of my loved ones. And, you know, my love for them has not changed. And I know that they were manipulated by someone else. And, all we can do is recognize patterns in ourselves to just continue to be the best version of ourselves. And, if those people come back into your life, right? Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but at least hopefully one day, if they do, you are going to be the best version of yourself. And that's what I'm working on. And it's really important to me that this is something that I take seriously, not just for my own well-being, but for the future of the people and the people I'm surrounding myself with and my future, right? And so, it's not easy. And a lot of these people made fun of me for getting help, for taking my mental health seriously. They would say that there was something wrong with me. Then, when I would say I was going to therapy, that would be made fun of, and not taken seriously, especially as I was creating boundaries. And, these are patterns that you'll start to see when you realize you've been surrounded by toxic people. All the people that were saying these things to me were the people that were not actually reflecting on themselves. And this is something that I've learned is very common in narcissistic relationships. It's very common in dysfunctional families, and especially if there's substance abuse, going on. And, I know that I've talked a little bit here about, different behaviors that you might recognize in people that might be treating you badly, but don't blame it on substance abuse only, okay? People are making these choices on their own. And I gave up a lot of things and I improved myself, but we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And I saw the amount of lies that were being made up about me. And instead of getting hooked in on those lies, I decided to get hooked in on the truth. And getting hooked in on the truth makes those people very uncomfortable, okay? And if they're going to go against you, just have to ignore that. And one of the ways that I have started to get over this part of my journey and heal through it is sitting with my own behaviors, recognizing what works and what doesn't work for me. And then what I would do is I would then pick one thing after meditating and figuring out, what was wrong and what I wanted to fix about myself. I would then do one thing that I wouldn't normally do, a healthy thing, right? Even if it's something that pushes your adrenaline, or maybe it's something that you wouldn't normally do or order even on the menu. Let's just say it's that tiny. Okay, stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit at a time is going to help you. It's what's helped me. And I know that it's counterintuitive a little bit, but these are little practices that you're going to start to realize once you've sort of gone through what you don't like about yourself. Then as you introduce these new things, it gives you a whole new experience and it's totally worth it. So I highly recommend doing that. So I hope that helps you today. Just sit with what you'd like to change about yourself and don't push yourself to change everything all at once, okay? It's going to become a little bit overwhelming. And if people are shooting you down and if people are mad at you for doing this, thanks for visiting Key West. Happy spring break. But if there are people out there that are making fun of you or resenting you or, rolling their eyes at you being vulnerable and working on yourself, forget those people for now, okay? It's just not worth it. So stay true to you and stay true to what feels right for you. And you may not know what that is, because if you haven't done the work on what you don't like about yourself and recognizing these patterns, it's not about blaming other people. Remember what we say, blame is blah me, because how many fingers are pointed at the person and how many are pointed back at you when you blame someone, right? So just keep that in mind. And I've talked about this in other videos, but stay true to yourself. And if you don't know what that means, stay silent and just sort of let yourself kind of float for a minute and give yourself that opportunity. It's the greatest gift you'll give yourself, truly. And don't let anybody make fun of you for getting mental health help, okay? I found an amazing therapist here in Florida, and it's been one of those things that I wouldn't trade, and I am sticking with it, and I find it to be very helpful, and it keeps me on track. And so do these videos. So thank you so much for watching. And to all of you who have been supporting me through this journey, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. It's difficult for me to show this side of myself because I was taught always to just show the polished version, or an artistic version. And this is the very human version, and this is something that we all can relate to. So thank you so much. And I know there's so many of you out there that have been supportive and kind, and when you see me on the street and you give me a hug and ask me how I'm doing, the answer is always the same. I'm a little bit better every day, and there are ups and downs, but thank you so much, and hang in there, okay? Life isn't about being perfect. It's a journey. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.